Just waiting on a few people to enter the chat. Wanted to say hello and give everybody an update on what happened last night. It was a lot. I ended up with Little Man. Look at these clouds. Is that not gorgeous, by the way? I ended up with Little Man last night because he wanted to come home with me. And the topics that we discuss a lot of times are not appropriate to be discussed in front of him. I wasn't expecting to have him when I said I was going live because he had been at his Mimi's the night before, and I thought even if he asked, his mom would probably say no. He got sick at 1:52 a.m. and his mom had to come pick him up. So most of you guys are not awake up at that time. And the past 10 days, I guess nobody maybe heard what I was saying, but we have been in the middle of a heat wave that we're 88 to 94 degrees Fahrenheit is the actual temperature it reads. But we are above 60% humidity every day. Every afternoon and evening, we're catching thunder showers. The reason all that matters is because I have to have electricity to be able to go live. I have to charge my phone to be able to show y'all videos. I have to be able to charge the laptop or power my TV. Like last night, I ended up having to walk in the rain. Yesterday, day before, probably will end up having to walk in the rain tonight. It's right at 8/10 of a mile from where I'm staying to where I have to walk to even charge my box. I checked back last night with the job that I interviewed with, was told to call this morning for the manager that opened. So was up bright and early because they open at 6 a.m. At 6:30 something this morning, called. That manager wasn't here. She called in. So I was told. I have another job interview coming up tomorrow afternoon. And I'm hoping to get a call back from some of the applications. It's just really frustrating right now because I don't know if you guys know, God is not a man. You're right, God is not a man. Absolutely, I agree with you on that one. God is not a man. I can say that. For some reason, you asked me to say that, but yeah, absolutely. Agree, 100%. Anyways, back to what I was telling y'all. So, hopefully that'll work out. A lot of you may be new to the channel. Some of y'all might not have been here for a while. Everything going on, finally settling Mom's estate. I was able to get the motor home. I was, I guess, taken advantage of is the word I should say. I paid the deposit in the first 6 months rent for a RV park here, and that RV park flooded during Helene and was supposed to reopen no later than June the 9th. Find out that on around the 25th of May, somewhere around there, give or take a day or two, because I don't have the documents in front of me right now, that park was sold to a property development company. Glad to see you from the Netherlands. welcome. And phone is now disconnected. And the website is 404 not found for the people and the company, the LLC that I paid. I've had an attorney that's looking into it, but until I get a job and can give him more money, I'm kind of stuck. Can't get my money back from them, and I'm trying. I'm out of gas, and today I used my last McDonald's points to buy a meal. I went door dashing yesterday after I paid my part of the gas. Wednesday's a terrible door dashing day apparently around here. After I paid my part of the gas that we agreed upon up front, I had a whopping $3 and wrong button. Shoot. $3.50 left. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to put do not disturb on. Okay. I had a whopping $3.50 left. Been trying to get a bag of ice and some essentials, like just keeping it 1,000,000% real. The pantry and things for those that are considered homeless or down on their luck was supposed to reopen by June the 14th. It still is not open. It's behind schedule apparently. So there's no soup kitchen, there's no food pantry, there's nowhere to get essentials. And I was trying to DoorDash yesterday to get toilet paper, deodorant, soap. I did use my food stamps and bought water and some items that will keep, and saved enough that I can get another 24 pack of water and a couple loaves of bread to go with like peanut butter and jelly and potted meat, canned tuna and chicken, stuff like that I don't have to cook and that I can keep, because I have 1 kilowatt hour worth of electricity on my box, and I can once a day get somewhere to charge it right now, because everywhere I'm going is on foot, period. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's so hot. I've actually twice been seen in the ER for heat exhaustion. It is what it is. I'm doing the best that I can to navigate being one step away from living in a tent in the woods. Real talk. It is what it is. Just asking for prayers for a job. Hopefully, when I get back up to the camper and my box finishes charging, which my problem is by the time I get up there, time I get bathed and everything, because I have to heat the water to use to wash with and stuff. By the time I finish doing that, but let me tell y'all something, a cold shower feels good sometimes, okay? It's 11, 12 o'clock, and a lot of you are not up that late. I've tried to stay up and do the live stream to start at 5 or 6 in the morning. Whatever time it is, if it's 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I don't expect it to be that late. I don't have little man that I'm having to wait on to go to sleep. He's thrown up twice more today. Bless his heart. Please, you guys pray for him. What's up, Mama Bear? To answer questions. So, I saw the comment was, why don't I cover the ICE raids and the violence there? I intend to. I intend to show all sides of the spectrum. That's why I want to show y'all video. Um, what I have seen and been able to find, I don't know what people expect. If you bum rush a fence, a gate, to a jail, whether we agree with who's in it or not, if we go to the jail or a detention facility, whatever you want to call it, and we try to plow the gates down with people or vehicles, I would expect somebody gonna get hurt in some way. I don't understand. I can't wrap my hand around a certain mentality. I saw the ICE raids at the plant. All I've seen is national media coverage. Let me clarify that part. But, people's calling in freezers, coolers, pallets, and they're pulling them out and handcuffing them and taking them. And yes, it's somebody's mother, it's somebody's grandmother, somebody's aunt, somebody's sister, brother, nephew, niece, daughter, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you illegally broke into a country and are working under a name that is not yours and under documents that don't belong to you, is that not a crime? If it's a crime for someone that's a citizen to do, wouldn't it be a crime for you? And I say that coming from somebody who is still hurting from identity theft. I'm still hurting. At the age of 46, I had the credit of a newborn infant. That is worse than bad credit. Why are you spamming the chat? Some people. Yes, if you stand in the middle of the road, you're going to get run over. Absolutely. I mean, at what point does your common sense come into play on certain stuff, If I, and I want people to understand, I think there's other motivation. I believe wholeheartedly there is political motivation behind it. And maybe not the people we think are behind it. Let me ask a simple question, and let's let it marinate until I can go live. I'm hoping, I'm getting off of here and I'm going to try while I'm charging my box to play this game, and hoping that I'll be able to download enough or win enough that I'll get $5, and then I'll only have to come up, with $8 more. Because basically I have to come up with about 15 or 16 bucks. I think it's 16 to get my medicines. And I need my blood pressure and blood thinners and such. And allergy medicine and inhaler. That's the 4 things I got to get. And they're $4 a piece, so I'm working on it. But anyway, I just wanted to tell everybody why I wasn't able to go live last night and what had happened. And that I had just gotten an update on Little Man, and he's still kind of puny and not feeling good. He's not kept down any food, and he's throwing up, and Lord knows I cannot have that. It's been rough because he wants to stay with me, but I don't have any AC. And with humidity at 62, 63, 61, 58, 59%, and temperatures between 88 and 94, it's miserable. I mean, it's like you stepped out of a shower in 5 seconds, flat. And I got windows open and cross-strapped and a fan going. It doesn't matter. And that's what's killing my power box, is running fans. But want to sweat or end up with a heat stroke or whatever, I don't know. And nope, This ain't mine on the table. I'm not touching other people's stuff. I think the manager lady was out here at this picnic table. But see how it's wet, so she was standing here. That's what gave me that idea. I hope nobody's messed with my stuff inside. And with Summer's case, I saw comments on that too. Part of me wants to say I believe something happened. It may have been an accident, but due to the CPS, DCS, however y'all say it, intervention and coming the day before and saying it's coming back, people panicked and took steps that they couldn't unring. They rang bells they couldn't unring. And part of me believes that. Then there's another part of me, I'm like deception detective. There's another part of me that feels this shady behavior and all, when I look at the whole of everything, the barrel video, the shaved heads, the differing stories, the changing storyline, the fact that I've seen proof that after Summer went missing, when police were up on the scene, but before Chris McDonough did his interview, the little chase on the case stuff, they wasn't in those planters with the cacti. They weren't in there. They were put in there afterwards. Why? There's a whole lot of shady people in the circle that all have something to lose. Now some of them got something to lose if the case is solved, but they all got something to lose. They all had secrets to be exposed. And I'm afraid one little girl could have blew the lid off of everything going on. The interesting thing is the private detective that people are saying is a really good dude that I've never heard of. It's not SF Investigates, but somebody I never heard of, and saying that it was a robbery gone wrong. Now, is that because of what Don and them stated about tools coming up missing and blah, blah, blah? Was that maybe while Don was at work, Mama was needing her fix and selling something? And what would you be willing to sell? Please tell me it don't happen, because there was just a case of a woman in Florida trying to sell her kid for $500 to the dealer, and it was an undercover. Don't believe me? Go look at criminal defense attorney Bruce. Lord, I went blank because these people started walking out my face, y'all. Sorry. CLR Bruce Rivers, criminal defense attorney Bruce Rivers, criminal lawyer reacts channel. I can't see. Let's see. What was stolen? Was there a LE report? You know there wasn't. That's the thing. That was my question. Thank you. I agree with you, Mama Bear. We're on the same page with that. Why if there was a break-in and she was taken during the break-in because they owed money or whatever, what's the story behind it? Why was it not reported that something was stolen? And why was there no signs of forced entry? And I've had this question since day one from Candace. She said the boys were at home while they were gone to the hospital with Grandma and all, right? No, I never use McDonald's Wi-Fi. Sorry. I don't use their Wi-Fi. I use my broadband that I pay for on my cell phone. So try again. Thank you, Mama Bear. Um, my question is, why say to Chris McDonough in that interview before y'all went into the basement or into the house, everything's locked down. Nobody in, nobody out until I came in. You never said anything about going down to that basement. You never said anything about it. Y'all came, the boys came out. Summer popped right up. The boys came out. Y'all carried the groceries, separated grandma's and y'all's, took them to grandma's. They went in, started playing the game. Um, and you went over to help with the knee brace and do the planting of the cacti and help grandma with their knee brace. Summer went in. The boys wasn't paying much attention, said she went downstairs to play with the toys. My question is, how did she get out? How did somebody get in? Because the doors were supposed to all be locked until Candace unlocked them. Everybody locked in. I don't like to use it because it's too easy to be hacked and your personal information. And if you're using that Wi-Fi with your cell phone or with any device that links to your, I don't know, email accounts or anything else, it's really easy to get your, if you have PayPal, CashApp, Venmo, Zelle hacked. Just a heads up. Or any bank account information that you have on your phone. Generally, open source Wi-Fi is how that happens. I heard that with the VPN. I don't blame you on that one. But my question is, how did the door get unlocked? Then it looked like to me it was a deadbolt key lock on that door downstairs, as well as the knob. So are we to believe that Summer had a key to unlock the door and go out? And also, let's not forget that early on, police, and I believe, I don't want to say, I thought it was Ronnie Lawson, but I've got to have proof, made a statement to, I believe it was Ansley Daniels, I think from WJHL, maybe, is the news station she works for. There's an early report out that she was last seen in the yard, I think, and then there's another one that they made saying she was last seen walking down the road. So what is the truth? And why, 4 years later, have we still not ever heard any 911 calls? Just questions that are on my mind. Why does it seem like that several people on that road since this case have scattered? Think about it. Jody Sue don't live there no more. Andy B don't live there no more. Fred don't live there no more. Am I crazy? I just wonder. And my biggest disappointment of Summer's case, I can't get past, is the behavior panel. But when we listen to the deception detective, he actually explains that. Because they go by body language, and he says body language can be deceptive. But they and Dr. Phil all concurred that Candace, at very minimal, had guilty knowledge. She knew something that she's not telling. Now, whether that something is that something was going on with her in age, because maybe the twisted tea and she doesn't want to tell that, I don't know. But how can Dawn do that interview and act perplexed at the fact that their numbers got blocked after they signed away their rights? When you sign away your rights, you're saying you're no longer their parents, and you're giving away the rights so they can be adopted by someone else and raised by someone else. Legally, someone else's child now. And you can't tell me y'all didn't know that. Because this ain't your wife's first rodeo, Don Don. This ain't her first time having a child taken or given. And maybe they have blocked it out. Maybe they've rationalized it somehow. I don't know. I don't understand how a parent could rationalize it, to be real with you. How could you as a parent rationalize any harm coming to your child? How is that possible? I don't. I'm a parent and a grandparent, and I don't understand that. I can't understand that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not just your own, any child. Animals and children are innocent. I say this and I mean it. I stand by it. They're innocent. They don't hurt nobody. They can't. Now, a kid will tell you about yourself for real, and might hurt your feelings. Don't ask them if this outfit looks ugly, because if it does, they'll tell you. Don't ask them, do I look like crap, because if you do, they gonna tell you. I think you can always tell if somebody is a good or bad person based on how children and animals react. And I still call bullshit on the dogs. That was the most asinine story. On the day at the time that she went missing, all umpteen dogs in the neighborhood disappeared, didn't bark. Come on now. Can we act like we got a brain here? We're really gonna buy that crap? And then to try to reach out to Michael Vaughn's mama, or to compare yourself to her. You got some balls. I know it would have given some validity and maybe even made you feel better about yourself. Answer me this, riddle me this. Why is it that every single person, male or female, that has become involved with Summer's parents since she went missing has slowly or fastly went downhill and no longer trust, believe, or have anything to do with her parents? Please tell me one person it does. Kathy don't. What happened to Cam and Allie? What happened to Benny? Where's everybody that was supporting them? Where's Robin now? Where's the David guy that took the boys to play putt-putt? Where are all these people at now? You know, that the parents couldn't show up for visitation and video calls and phone calls for their boys, but they could make it to court to defend themselves. They loved their boys with everything in the world, but they were convinced to sign away their rights. And again, you're not going to convince me that they had no idea what it meant. This ain't the first, second, or third child that Candace has signed away her rights to. Please tell me I'm crazy and prove it. What's up, Maria? Hello. Sorry to get off on a tangent. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to have to end this. It'll probably be at least another hour, hour and a half before I'm finished charging my box and can get back up the road. I have until midnight to get to Walgreens. From here, I can catch the Greenway Transit and get there and pick up my medicine. If anybody would like to help support the channel, the PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff's in there. Please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe. Please watch videos. It's all I can ask for. If you would like to help support in any other way, all the links are always in the description box. And I will be seeing you guys later. It may be 12 or 1 o'clock. Please understand that, because I have to walk a mile nearly, carrying my inverter and my backpack and the items that I bought at the convenience store to be able to have some food in the morning. And sorry about the loud racket. And get a shower and my pajamas on and, finish straightening up like you normally do. I'm having to do everything after dark, late at night, because I have no air and it is that hot. My Jaggery box, one thing I've noticed, an update on that for you guys that are watching, it still does good. It still pulls good. If you use the emergency charge, it's going to go down faster. I have noticed in this heat and humidity that we have, it is not lasting. It is significantly faster to lose charge. What would have lasted like 20 hours is lasting about 13. So the longer I use it, the slower it charges and the faster the charge is going away. That's my opinion after about, I think it's 84 days of use. My dream is to travel America as well, Maria. Hopefully someday. Right now, my dream is to have a job. I've applied at McDonald's and Sonic and the hotels locally and the gas stations, everywhere that I can walk or catch Greenway Transit to. And cross those fingers, I have an interview at one of the hotels tomorrow, so I'm hoping that comes through. I'm going to keep calling the interview I did last week back until they tell me they're not hiring me. I told them I was available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And it was an opening position going in at 4 in the morning, which would have been perfect because from 4 to 2, I would have been here, at the job. And then the cooler hours would have been when I would have been in the camper. And I'm waitlisted for the RV park in the area, and I've got to get 2 spots for it, which is going to cost me like I think it's $350 or $360 a month, because they're giving me a discount on the second one. But it has water, power, and the ability to fill up my tanks and have them, took out and go in and out as I want to. Okay, got you. Well, hola, Maria. That's pretty much it, I think, until I can do the live stream later tonight. So before my phone cuts us off, I'm going to sign off, because if it cuts us off, it won't end the live correctly. All right, peace, love, and light. See y'all probably around midnight.